Okay.
Well, hey there, I'm Jonathan.
I'm Daniel.
And we're the Fountain Pen Guys.
So let's talk pens.
So today we are going to review a couple inks. We already reviewed the Monteverde Monza, and now we're going to review a couple Monteverde inks for you because right now at gouletpens.com you can get a free Monteverde ink when you buy a Jaffa branded pen. What are some of the Jaffa brands?
So we got Monteverde, obviously. We got Conklin, Peniter.
Yeah, and there are a couple others. You can check out you can check out the Goulet Pen site, or you can just Google Jaffa brand pens, Y-A-F-A, Jaffa brand pens, and you'll find a website that will tell you what are all those pens that are Jaffa branded. So what you get is you get for free from when you order a Jaffa brand pen from Goulet Pens right now is you get one of these 30 milliliter bottles of Monteverde ink. Now this is a Tanzanite that came free. It was a giveaway at the Dallas Pen Show. I don't know if everybody got them or if it was a while supplies last kind of thing. So we have this one here, which is the Tanzanite. And then we also have the Sapphire. Both of these are from the Gemstone line. Mm-hmm. What are your general impressions of these? And we'll let you see them up close on another camera angle, and then we will really talk about what we like and don't like about them. But what are your general impressions?
Sure. As soon as you start writing with them, they're super lubricated. So you can put them in any pen, including any of your dry writers, and it changes the feel of the writing experience with those pens. They're super lubricated, but they're also super saturated. So you're going to get a real color pop with these, and it's really impressive how saturated they are.
Yeah, and the lubrication thing was surprising to me. I have a Franklin Christoph that I got, a Model 2 that I got a couple years ago last year at last year's Dallas Pen Show. And I put this Tanzanite in it, and I was shocked by how much smoother the pen wrote. And it's a smooth writing pen anyway. It's part of the Franklin Christoph experience is they get the nib right where you want it before you walk away from the table when you buy it. And so it was really interesting that it acted that way. I was really surprised by that. So we're going to switch to the other camera and tell you a little bit more about the inks and let you see the inks as well as some chromatography. And then we'll come back and tell you what we really like and don't like about these inks. All right, well here are our samples of these inks, both the Tanzanite and the Sapphire of these Monteverde inks.
Yeah, and we talked about how lubricated they are. We talked about the saturation, how wet they are on the different. I mean, even on the fine, there was it's pretty wet. And on this paper, it's a rodeo paper. There was no unpleasant scratchiness. There was a little bit of feedback on the fine, more than on the medium, but that's to be expected. The ink just behaves really well here in both sizes of the nibs.
And this, by the way, is the writing sample from the video we did on the Monza, if you want to go watch that.
All right, so now we're going to take a look at some swatches here. There's the Sapphire, and there's the Tanzanite. So, as you can tell, I mean, to the naked eye, it's really difficult to tell the difference here. So on the camera, it might not even look any different. You might think you're looking at the same ink here, but it just pops, the colors on these. And on this one, you can tell there's just barely a little sheen here. I don't even know if it's going to come through on the camera, but it almost looks like these both are sheening the same shade of this Tanzanite color.
Let's see if we can catch some of that sheen in the camera here. So we hold it up to the light. I can't tell if it's coming through or not. Hopefully you can see some of that. I can't tell if it's coming through or not. But they do. I think that's part of what makes them look so similar is there's a little bit of sheen to them. They're not sheening inks. I wouldn't call them that at all. But there's a little bit of sheen and it kind of looks the same color. And so I think that's part of why they give the impression. Because as we do the chromatography, as we take a look at the chromatography, we can really see a difference.
So we'll start with the Sapphire here. And so, as you can tell, from the get-go, this is blue. And it's a true blue all the way through here, right? So you're not going to see any other colors. There's no green in it. I was expecting to see some green. Didn't see much green at all. As it crawls up the strip here, there's a little bit of ghosting here with some purple, almost that Tanzanite color, but it's all the way through. It's pretty blue here.
Yeah, it's very subtle. The purple's very, very subtle.
But the Tanzanite is a different story. As we take a look at this strip here. As you can see, this one takes a different path. As it gets to the top here at the very end, the blues start coming out. And there's that turquoise right there at the top.
Yeah, that's almost the color that you see come out like in Konpeki. It's kind of where we see that color other places. But yeah, it's really interesting because they look so similar together and they're both so saturated. And you do the chromatography and the chromatography comes out very differently between the two.
Yeah, totally. I was surprised by the results here. Yeah, so hopefully you guys have enjoyed nerding out over these inks as much as we have. But yeah, like, just that's how similar they are, but very enjoyable inks.
Yeah, very nice inks. They're a pleasure to write with. And as we pointed out a couple times already, they're available right now. You can get these inks for free from Goulet Pens if you order a Jaffa pen, one of the Jaffa branded pens. And so we'll kind of wrap up with what we like and don't like about these inks. All right. So what do we like and not like about these inks?
So the lubrication is nice. It's just really great. You start writing with it, your pen glides across the paper, and so that's really great. The saturation is beautiful. It's a beautiful ink. It jumps off the page. I've written some letters on an off-white, like a cream paper, and that sapphire blue just looks beautiful on that cream paper. It like your eyes are drawn to it. It's really great. If you're a fan, like with these two colors, if you're a fan of that royal blue, it's just such a gorgeous royal blue. The purple, it's not too bright, it's not too on the red side. It's a nice, it's like a manly purple. You know what I'm saying? Some guys are scared of purple. But
manly purple?
Just ask any LSU fan. They'll tell you the purple is pretty manly, right? I don't know. So.
Which, by the way, is not LSU purple.
Yeah, this is not that shade, but yeah, this they're nice colors, and now I wouldn't buy both of them in my collection. You were saying that you wouldn't either, right?
Right. And on the what do we not like about it side of things, if you like shading, these are not what you're looking for. There is nothing shading about these inks. These inks are saturated as saturated can be. They are almost to a Bay State blue type of saturation. And that will be a topic for another day. I actually kind of like Bay State blue occasionally, but that's a whole other conversation. Don't buy Bay State blue without reading up on it first. And but yes, I would not buy both of these. Any ink collection would be well suited to have one of these two colors, just whichever you lean. Am I more of a purple guy? Am I more of a blue guy? Am I more of a purple lady, a blue lady? Which fits me? And then get an orange or or green or some other color, because you just don't need both of them.
Right. Yeah, and so as long as you're adding them to your cart with your pen, they're free. Get some different colors, play around.
Sure, pick one.
And if the other colors are as lubricated and saturated as these, you can't go wrong, right?
That's right. So that's our review. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch our video.
See you next time.
See you next time.